Hello, lovely people. I trust you are all doing fine. Today we are going to learn something interesting, and I hope you will enjoy it too. We are going to talk about cardinality. Repeat after me. Cardinality. Have you heard that word before? If not, by the end of this lesson, we will learn what cardinality is. Look at these maize on the table. How many maize can you see? 2. Very good. So let's count it again. It is 1, 2. The last number that we said was 2, which means the 2 describes the property of maize that are on the table. And in numeracy, we call that term cardinality. Whenever you count, the last number that you say tells the number of objects or number of items in a group. And the last number describes the property or describes the group. And numeracy, we call that property cardinality. Let's look at another example. These are bottle tops. And how many bottle tops can you see on my table? 5. But let's all count it together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They are 5. And how did we know that it is 5? It's because when we counted it, the last number that we said was 5. So the cardinality of the bottle tops is 5. Another example. What do you see on my table? Brush, scrubbing brush. And how many brushes are on my table? Very good. There are 3. But let's all count it together. 1, 2, 3. The last number that we said was 3, which means 3 describes the total number of brushes that are on my table. And the 3 tells the cardinality of the brushes. Can we look at another example? Yes, we can. Let's look at another example. What object do I have in my hands? It's a dice. How many dice do I have on my table? Okay, let's all count it together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are how many? 10. And how did you know that they are 10? It's because when you counted it, the last number that you said was 10, which means 10 is describing the total number of dice that I have on my table. And also, it is the cardinality of the dice that I have on my table. So cardinality simply means the last number that I will say after counting. And after counting the dice, the last number that I said was 10, which tells the total number of dice that I have on my table. We are looking at another example, and this will be the last example that we are going to do. I have fruits on my table, and the fruits are mangoes and bananas. So how many fruits do I have on my table? There are 4, but let's all count it together. 1, 2, 3, 4. So who can tell me the cardinality of the fruit that I have on my table? Good. There are 4, because the last number that we said was number 4, and that describes the total number of fruit that I'm having on my table. Before I wrap up and give you your assignment, I would like to go through what we did today. And we talked about cardinality. Very good. And we said cardinality is the number that we say after counting, which means after counting object, the last number that you say tells the cardinality of that object. All right. We are bringing the lesson to an end, but I have an assignment for you. What is this? Spoon. What about this? It's a cup. And what about this? It's a bowl. So go to mommy's kitchen and then count the total number of bowls, the total number of cups, and the total number of spoons that mommy has. And then I'll be waiting for your messages. But below the video, you have an assessment. Kindly do it and then submit it to me. It's been fun learning with you today, and we shall meet again. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.
Counting and matching is really fun, and it's easy to do. How many do you see? How many do you see? How many do you see? There were 12 fish in the sea. Counting and matching is really fun, and it's easy to do. How many do you see? How many do you see? How many do you see? There were 7 fish in the sea. Counting and matching is really fun, and it's easy to do. How many do you see? How many do you see? How many do you see? There were 10 fish in the sea. Counting and matching is really fun, and it's easy to do. How many do you see? How many do you see? How many do you see? There were 16 fish in the sea. Counting and matching is really fun, and it's easy to do. How many do you see? How many do you see? How many do you see? There were 20 fish in the sea.